I'm delighted to have Helena Popovic in the studio. Hello, Helena.
Hello.
Look, I've had a read of the book that you've written, and you're deeply sort of embroiled in the whole topic of brain plasticity.
Yes.
So for our viewers, what is brain plasticity, and, well, frankly, why should we give a damn about it?
Brain plasticity simply means that the human brain, and animal brains as well, can change themselves. Mm-hmm. Now what that means is the brain can grow new cells. In fact, we grow
at any age?
At any age.
Okay, that's good. That's encouraging.
Yes, and the exciting thing about brain plasticity is it contradicts what we've believed for most of human history. Right. Even when I was going through medical school 20 years ago, we thought that we had a fixed brain. That number one, the brain you're born with, you're stuck with.
Right.
That you're at the mercy of your genes. And that once you've damaged a part of your brain, there's nothing you can do about it.
But that is not the case.
It's the complete opposite.
Okay.
That our brain is constantly changing in response to everything we do, everything we think. That's a really exciting thing.
Right.
How we behave, the day-to-day choices we make. And an example would be, why give a damn? Because we've found out that dementia is as much a lifestyle-based disease as is heart disease, type 2 diabetes and obesity.
Wow.
Which means that there's a tremendous amount we can do. Now, at our age, you think, oh, dementia, I'll deal with that later.
Sometime in the future, yeah.
The fact is, what we do today affects how our brain operates today. And it's constantly changing in response to what we do.
So how do we, and I say, this is the book you wrote, In Search of My Father.
Yes.
And you spent a long time with your father when he was suffering from dementia.
That's right.
And I know you've practiced a lot of your kind of...
Everything.
Yeah, everything on your father. But in our sort of lives in business, somebody watching this, how might they use this? What sense can they kind of make of this?
To realise that what they do on a daily basis will affect whether their brain is sharp, whether they're coming up and solving problems quickly, whether their memory's good, whether they're learning effectively. Okay. So it affects our day-to-day functioning, our efficiency, our creativity, our ability to communicate more clearly.
Okay, so why don't we look at some basic kind of tips where we can use the knowledge that you have and change kind of our thinking or the way we operate in our work?
Certainly. And I just want to make the point that there doesn't need to be anything wrong with our brain, that we can, even if we're highly functioning, we can take that even a notch higher.
Okay, well that's very encouraging.
And probably there's so many tips, but immediate ones that people can implement. Number one, to recognise that our brain functions at its best in the first hour after any physical exercise.
Okay.
So if you've got a brainstorming session or important meeting, just moving even for 10 minutes will improve our mood. That's all it takes to get the endorphins.
So literally just to walk around the block even?
Yes, yeah. A brisk walk around the block, just to raise our heart rate a little bit. A walk in nature is even better because nature is nurturing and it's a completely different type of input into our brains, and that's always refreshing.
Fantastic.
So just that little bit, just walk up and down the stairs if you don't have time to go outside. So moving our bodies moves our mental machinery.
Terrific.
Second point is watching our language. Minding our language. We have no idea how powerful our language is in affecting how our brain operates, because our brain cells are sensitive to what we're saying.
Give me an example. What would be an example?
Cut out the word can't. Swap the word can't for the word how. Anytime you want to say, I can't do this, say, how can I do this?
Okay.
And what you're doing is you're instructing your brain cells to now focus on the solution rather than the problem. And it's not about positive thinking, it's about possibility thinking.
Yes, I remember actually now, this is something I remember when our young son was born, and I used to walk around saying, I'm so tired. And then I changed it to, I could do with some more energy.
Yes.
And had quite a profound impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And another one, last one?
Nibble on walnuts and blueberries. They're your brain's favourite foods.
Excellent. Nibble on walnuts and blueberries.
Yes.
That's so kind. Thank you so much for joining us, for telling us about your book. Helena Popovic, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.